¡Atrás!
Aquí estamos, porque hemos venido otra vez y otra vez estamos aquí.
Y efectivamente, ni más ni menos, ni más ni menos.
Vamos a ver qué nos separa el futuro.
Veamos si hay algo más específico de PC, aunque lo dudo. O si son cositas chulas que nos pasen
Varias.
a varias.
Hey, Frankie! Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I mean, I was just in the middle of deathmatch.
Great to hear,
Frankie,
Listen,
primo.
I've been thinking about the PC
pasa?
Gaming Show
Calatrava.
2023, and I kind of want to make a few updates.
Sure, I mean, it's already packed with
Bueno, esto está
world-exclusives,
subtitulado.
in-depth interviews with the biggest studios, crazy good giveaways. What
English.
more can we add?
Well, look, I don't want to get
No,
into the
español.
detail work, the minutia, the fine print, the ethically sinister motives behind true innovation. No, Frankie, what I've realized is that I can't do this show without you.
Oh, sure.
Or at least a version of you.
Si es el que te has puesto, no.
Blah, blah, listen to me yapping on when there's so much to do. I mean, we got things to plan, code to write.
El de que por no está subtitulado en español.
Also, I brought in some new assistants, you know.
El de Game Spot, no, el de PC Game, el que te he puesto en Discord, manco. Ese está subtitulado en español.
Little old London town. You know, to just get the ball rolling. Does that sound good?
I suppose if it's for the show.
Excellent. Oh, hey, that's them. Frankie, let me say it again.
Sí, ahora
You
mismo
are
voy.
one of a
Tú
kind
trae
of
timbre,
heroes
Micho,
that I
abrí.
love. Took
Pero,
no time
uy,
to pet
perro.
them. Ah, they're great guys.
No, tío, perrísimo.
Thorough.
No voy, hombre, no tengo otra cosa que hacer que ir.
Es que llaman, Micho, voy a abrir.
Que ya va.
Y te queman el timbre.
Que lo que invento.
Y te queman el timbre y ahora de perro.
Mr. Sean has many great ideas for the show. You are lucky to know such a man. He is a visionary.
Cañaca
He is
me
a man with
duele
his
la
eyes locked
barriga
on the
de
future,
ganas de
like a
querer.
horse staring into the sun.
A majestic
Le
horse.
voy a meter un sambomazo y le voy a
Read now,
dejar el culo
please.
como una
If you like the look of
zapate.
Game A, then check out
¿Tú
this
qué vas a
world
meter,
exclusive of
hombre?
Game B.
A ver, quitar esta.
Necessary data acquired.
With Micho con el culo gordo.
Con los huevos pocho.
Dear Frankie,
No, si los huevos ya
thank you
sabemos que
for
lo
not
tienes pocho.
unwavering service to the PC Gaming Show.
Di que sí.
Your services will not be required this year as we pivot towards the future. No hard feelings, Sean, Day 9 plot, AI visionary and all-round good guy. Son of a...
With Micho huevos pochos. Será cabrón. Será cabrón. Será cabrón. Vaya con With Micho huevos pochos.
Anda, perro.
With Micho huevos pochos.
Pocho huevos.
PC Gamer presenta el programa de PC Gaming.
Eso es.
Un día.
Oh, hello
Un
there,
día.
everyone, and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023. I'm Sean Plot, and today, I'm not just joining you on a tour of the finest upcoming PC games.
Estás enterando, ¿no?
Standing with you on the bleeding edge of innovation. I've revolutionized how this show is made. Production crew, ditched them, don't need them. It's just me, my automated systems, and this one guy I've hired on work experience.
me
Say
cago.
hi, Dakota. Hey. So what does the face of the future look like? Weirdly, pretty familiar. Why don't you introduce yourself, Frank AI?
Hello,
La puta IA de los cojones.
I am Frank AI,
No voy a
virtual
faltar.
co-host based on professional gaming icon Frankie Ward, utilizing deep learning neural networks.
Super duper. And what do you have lined up for us?
I have analyzed the entirety of published games media and surveyed discussion forums for the most anticipated titles. I have then constructed the ideal showcase, including titles like Stormgate,
Stormgate,
Pax Day,
Bajo de Side
Dune
2,
Awakening,
File
and
Day,
finally Morris Men,
Dune,
Truthful of
Morris
Destiny.
Men.
Wait.
De Dune creo que había uno de estrategia, pero igual ese es otro.
Are you sure that's a real
A ver
game?
qué tal.
My mistake, Sean. Morris Men is a game concept I devised
Morris Men
based
es
on a
un juego
holistic
que
survey of the
he
most
hecho
popular
basado en
Steam
una encuesta de
titles.
títulos
Would
populares
you
de
like me to
Steam.
generate another?
You know, instead, let's just get things rolling with something that actually exists. First up,
Frostpunk.
from 11-bit studios, we return to an icy apocalypse in Frostpunk 2.
El de casco es mañana por la noche a las 12. O sea, sería el día 13 a las 12.
Amigo.
¿Vale?
O sea, no es hoy.
Mañana tenemos uno a las 7 y otro a las 12.
Pues
Y el de
ese...
casco dura 36 minutos.
Ese ya veremos entonces. O el martes sí que tengo que ir. Si hubiera sido hoy, sí lo hubiese visto. Pero si es mañana, no sé yo.
Mañana a las 12. Y mañana a las 7 el de...
Ubisoft.
¿Que lo he vuelto a revisar ahora con tu colega? Sí. Lo he vuelto a revisar ahora con tu colega otra vez. Como no había quedado bastante claro. Entonces, mañana a las 7 Ubisoft. A las 12 mañana Capcom. Y luego el último que quedaría, que no sé cuál es. Que no lo miro bien, pero vamos. Que el día 13, ese creo que es otro. El día 13 a las 7, el martes a las 7 hemos dicho. El último.
Otro
Así que
más,
mañana-
el martes.
El martes hay uno sí del final, pero no tiene muy buena pinta. El nombre no tiene muy buena pinta. El nombre no tiene muy buena pinta. El nombre del martes.
Pues no sé. Creo que acabaría ya el... mañana.
El martes... Joder, puta mierda de archivo. Voy a tener que borrar todas las fotos que mandaste de puto grupo de...
2.
Frostpunk 2 de City on the Fall. Tenemos 11 de junio.
Pues no sé nada del Frostpunk 1, que imagino que habrá un Frostpunk 1, entonces eso es lo que habría que ver antes.
They're down, the field destroyed.
Pero qué puta mierda es esto. El juego que te vas a pillar, dices.
Me digo los cojones.
Sí, mira.
Mira, algo tiene coches y todo.
Por eso, ¿no?
Y seguramente que es free, así que, ¿qué espera? Esto tiene pinta de mini crash by Aldi. Ni Mercadona.
No llega ni a mercado. Pues la miseria. Eso sí que es miseria entonces.
O de las ramas. Cuando vayas a venir al pueblo, avísame.
¿Para qué? ¿Para ahorrar más?
Para que me traigas ahí me traigas el pan de hamburguesa de las ramas.
Claro que sí. O vas a pagar los portes, perro. En media
Vamos a
hora
comer rabo.
en media hora ir y otra media venir.
Hey,
O
check
todo
it
lo
out.
deja, que yo cuando sube a Madrid os compro
I
el
don't even
A ver.
need to write my own script.
Oh, Dios
for the
miseria, si
show
pasarás por la puerta,
anymore.
perro.
All right,
No
wait.
paso por la
50.000
puerta. No, donde yo vivo no hay ahorra más.
Yo tengo que
Hay
Mira,
día
no,
y
en
un poco más lejos
Maldivoro sería-
y un poco más lejos Mercadona y había un líder y ahora es un Aldi.
Visceral combat
Pero
and
no
immersive
hay-
exploration.
No hay
Visceral
ahorra más.
landscapes and immersive storytelling. Fans of immersion will yeah, it kind of just keeps going on like this. So, I think it just needs a little bit more fine-tuning. And until that point, let's just go ahead and dive right into our next previews with Nivalis, Jump Line
Anda,
Odyssey,
hija.
and Road to Vostok.
Nivalis, Jump Odyssey y el otro, el Roa, no sé. A ver qué nos pone aquí, tu colega. Ves apuntando alguno con Micho. ¿Qué ves que tal?
Yo ahora en directo no apunto nada, apunto luego ya después. Tranquilamente me reviso los trailers que me interesan ya sueltos y los apunto, manco.
Mira, pues Micho, me tienes hasta los huevos. Así de claro te lo digo.
Ni aunque tuviera.
Cuando te los pongan de la boca te vas a enterar.
Ni aunque tuviera.
Vas a parecer que tienes un nido de cigüeña en la boca.
Yo parece que tengo dos conguitos, como mucho.
Dios.
Es lo que iba a
Te
parecer.
pongo los huevos en la boca, va a parecer que tienes un nido de cigüeña en la boca.
Dos conguitos, lo único que iba a parecer.
Fíjate, este anda, que puedes colocar, mira, puedes montar hasta el ordenador. Mira, es Cyberpunk 2200.
El mundo 2024.
Ay, qué ganas de cachondeo que tienes, macho. ¿Cómo se nota que estás bien descansado?
Bueno, regular.
¿Cuántos espectadores tienes ahora?
¿Cuánto voy a ver? Creo que nada más que yo.
Otra cosa que te iba a decir de eso, ya no bajan de 2,99.
¿El qué? La
Lo
media.
del sí,
Aunque tengan menos.
sí. Si no, compruébalo.
De momento sigo teniendo 3 y algo, pero
Bueno, pues a ver si pasa el siguiente mes.
cuando pase el mes, exactamente.
Verás cómo baja a 2,99 y no baja de 2,99. Y yo las ganancias paso el tema de ganancias. Voy streameando lo que me parece, las ganancias que vayan incluyendo.
No, si yo también,
Y si de aquí a-
lo único que entre
Y
más
si de aquí a
tiempo
20 años paso
lo
por ahí y
sacas-
tengo 200 euros, los puedo sacar para comprarme, yo qué sé, un disco duro, por los 200 euros los
o
saco.
sea, bueno,
No voy a ver
que
ya,
a ver,
me voy a
el
quitar
corte es que entre tú más tiempo estés online, es más probable que entre gente y vean algún
¿Se
anuncio.
vendrá?
Entre más tiempo estés online es más probable que entre alguien y vean algún anuncio.
Ya, pero es que aquí por ejemplo no puedo hacerlo.
Y entre más cosas tengas subidas, pues luego de esos vídeos que tú tienes ahí de streaming anteriores y tal, si te los ven después, creo que ahí también salen anuncios.
Hay 3 ahora.
Entonces,
Hay 3 ahora. Pero la cosa es esa que de momento.
y luego además a mí me dan un 55, a ti te darán un 30 por lo del Prime. A mí me sale para gestionar los anuncios, te viene puesto por defecto 3 anuncios cada media hora.
No sé, eso se lo tengo toqueteado todo.
Pues yo eso también lo tengo ajustado para que me den el 55%. Pues si lo pones de otra forma, solo te dan el 30%.
Ya lo sé. Ya lo sé. De algo vi de eso, no te lo avisaba.
Claro. Entonces,
Ya sé que te lo avisaba. Ya sé que te lo avisaba eso. Tiene mala pinta este. Tiene mala pinta, no tiene mala pinta.
yo no sé si será alguno ya ese anuncio o si será algo nuevo.
Hostia.
Road to Vostro.
Content reminders
No,
enabled.
mala pinta.
Upcoming games in
No,
the next
no
30
pinta mal.
minutes include Path of Exile 2, the
Ahora
full
seguidor.
Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar,
Entrele de
Realms of
Befomo,
Ruin, and
Ageo
Citizen
Signa.
Sleeper 2, Starwood Vector.
Dices lindo.
Failure to keep watching will lead to a personal system failure.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne light game, is just a couple
Juego
months
de los
off.
brujos,
It's got me
en un par de
thinking,
meses.
what other untapped literary
Oh.
veins are just waiting to be gamified?
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
I don't really know what the market is for that. Next.
Dirt Bike,
Concept 2.
no jodas.
Safe and Sensibility
No
VR
jodas.
Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's
Y algo de
Bond?
VR.
No, next.
Es lo
Concept
suyo.
3.
Sí,
Oliver
siendo
Twist.
PC haya más
Lisa,
VR.
may I
Oliver
have some
Twist.
more?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean.
Metroidvania.
But perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
¡Oh,
Estreno mundial.
Premiere!
A ver qué te suelta.
Va a ser un Metroidvania en VR.
Otra vez. Me esperaba que no sé qué es las 10 y pico y yo tenía ganas de poner esto. Mira, uno segunda.
No tiene mala estética.
No, no tiene mala estética, ¿no? ¿A qué me recuerda? A Blasphemous.
Sí, es de ese estilo. Solo que estilo dibujos, pero luego es eso, scroll lateral, plataformas y combate. Y ves, mapa tochísimo con sus alas. Es lo que viene siendo un Metroidvania. Hay habilidades y cosas que te permiten acceder a zonas que a lo mejor inicialmente no puedes, luego vuelves atrás y ya puedes llegar. Habrá zonas, jefes opcionales. En fin, esa es la mecánica que surge de la combinación de los Metroid y de los Castlevania. De que se llame Metroidvania.
La verdad es que han sacado un par de ellos de estos ahora, sí, este año, como estamos viendo. Tú has visto bien, estás viendo cómo está viendo y tal. Han sacado un par de ellos de estos.
Events in the Invisible War. Pues este
Y no-
irá a la lista.
No tienen mala pinta, ¿sabes? De decir, pues no tienes nada. Venga, a ver, pues uno de estos y mira, está Switch y toda la madre parió, incluso que sea
Claro,
más
si
portable.
hay indies decentes.
Y este no le presentaron ya, este.
Este... Sí, no sé si será el que es multijugador de... Así, yo creo que sí.
Sí, me ha presentado, le vimos el otro día este.
Leímos ayer en lo del Future y yo creo que leímos
sí.
anteriormente en el otro, en el Game Show, quizás. O sea, yo creo que esta sería 3 veces. Yo creo que es aquí.
Qué puta pone gente ahí, chacho. Muy cómodo.
Sí, ese es el corte.
Sí, sí. Era ese estilo medieval, pero había tropecientos mil, estábamos tropecientos.
Claro, por equipo, cada uno con su soldado,
Ya, pues,
digamos.
arriba. Cooperativo ahí a tope, macho.
No,
¿Sabes? Es que tienen que ir reinventando algo nuevo. Y encima free. El Warhaven este.
combate a muerte. Y a lo mejor
El
pretende
Warhaven
hacer un
este.
poco competencia el Chivalry, solo que el Chivalry es primera persona, este es tercera, pero a lo mejor, pues yo qué sé, da lugar a otro tipo de combos y del combate, a tener más perspectiva. Y
Guay,
este es para que le pilles tú.
Tengo que buscar Empire G, chaval. Tengo que buscar Empire G, echamos unas partidillas así al Empire G, chaval. Ese sí que no es muy conocido tampoco y...
A mí me suena, pero es verdad no he visto nada y no he jugado.
Pues es una Empire, pero de futuro. Parecido a esto.
Civilización
Ya, la virgen.
futurista.
Dor.
Dorf looks phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dove isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
That's pretty moving sentiment there, Frankie. Hey, what about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Well, some wisdom bears repeating, right? And while I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique, let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out, preferably with a shotgun.
These creatures infernal. These pains eternal. Lord, heal me. Free me.
Todo estilo ahí un Duke Nukem en 3D o algo, pero todo súper dibujito. Yo creo que este le puedes pillar tú, perro.
Sí, un estilo a Doom, ¿no? Te jodes, perro.
Claro.
Eres un perrísimo. Un estilo a Doom, ¿no? El Doom barato.
Sí, descafeinado. O es sangre y tal, pero todo es como dibujado. Y
Este para tu colega Félix.
cara,
Este para tu colega Félix con la 1060.
estaría bien, sí.
Tiene cojones que mi hijo vaya a tener el mismo ordenador, casi el mismo ordenador que Félix.
Ay, la miseria.
Pudiendo tener una 4090 ya y bien preparado un pepinaco ahí que diga, me cago en Dios, no, privado.
La miseria, el ansia del piso,
Y
el
él,
piso,
y
el
tú
piso,
has
el
streameado,
piso.
y él ha streameado contigo. Él,
Sí,
él ha abierto su canal
cuando-
abierto como yo lo he tenido y me está streameando como tú has streameado.
Sí, sí, sí. Cuando hicimos el fin de semana pasado del Pokémon, él hacía restream del mío también.
Sulfur.
Incluso alguna vez creo que ha streameado él solo, pero vamos, creo que sin micrófono, ni cámara, ni nada.
Dios, qué paducha lleva ese primo. Waifu de tu colega. Está para tu colega. ¿No ves? Este para tu colega, pero Fornite. Salblaze. Open World Survival.
Fornique.
El Fornite del Aldi. Este sí que es el Fornite del Aldi. Mira, tienes que venir hasta comprar y todo. ¿Qué te he dicho? ¿Qué te he dicho? El Fornite del Aldi. No acabas de hacer caso. Joder, la madre de los parió. Y ahora solo faltaría que fuera de pago. Arley, septiembre 29.
Early Access, pues a lo mejor 4 perras, pero sí, pinta que es de pago.
Pues van a comer rabo.
A
Qué
ver.
pinta tiene.
We're going out on a date.
Luego fue mi
Perfect,
de joder.
calm down. I freaking told her. What are you gonna do?
Pero este waifu tiene poco que fondo
A
de pantalla.
mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on?
Parece más serie, ¿no? Que
Infected? The wall?
Sí, parece...
más anime que no juego.
You're warm.
Bueno, podría ser un juego
Is there anything we
con
can
ese
do?
No.
estilo.
Just saw a broadcaster
Hostia.
get
Qué
Have to
rico,
go.
¿no?
No, defeating him now might
27
make
de
the wall
mayo.
fall on top of us.
Las personas del juego.
But I can teach you a couple of things too, you
El
know.
fondo más guapo, chaval.
We're all going to
Tiene
die.
unos fondos de pantalla que te corres.
Wait for me. Goodbye.
Luego una cosa- ahí va un manco como tú, Michu, mira, eres tú.
Sí, tu
Mira,
culo.
ese.
Es tu culo.
Mira, Guarda el día. Eternite, pre-order.
Other Nights.
El 19 del
Nice
6.
fair, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse.
Verás, hay uno que tiene
You
que
know,
le
I
falta un brazo
sometimes
como a
get a
ti.
little misty-eyed myself
Sí.
about a simpler time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love modernity. And sure, big tech done some
Personaje sí, que es manco
stumbling.
como
I
tú.
bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix.
Pues
But
sí,
all
con un
I'm
brazo
saying
hago lo que hago,
is the
imagínate si
olden
tuviera
days
los
had
dos
an
perros.
appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields and treating everything with leeches, not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money.
Michu se siguen comiendo las sanguijuelas todavía.
Video games can bring the
Los
medieval
huevos
fantasy
lo
to
me
life.
siguen comiendo.
To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new reporter drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute in like a friendly panopticon kind of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland to meet the team behind the
Helsinki.
highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day.
PAX
Let's
Day.
take a look.
La Payday. Castle Ruins. Finlandia.
My name is Reynir Hardarson, and I'm the game director for Pax Day. Pax Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality. You know, it's where knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build it. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Sokara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So Pax Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world. It's huge, and you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for...
No se ve mal, no se ve mal.
Home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore, we have wanted to create something that is fairly like deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of like any of the history. So there's going to be multiple types of ruins, there's the dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the like lore and mystery is also part in the gameplay itself, so you will be able to like find and examine things and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And the area of the game that you will be able to play when the game launches is, we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France, with influences from the Nordics where we're from. So what we're building is, we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks in how you can cooperate with the other players, and we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with the other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a like dungeon raid from the very beginning of like you're starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to play the game the way they like. And for some, actually like just going out to the wood and like cutting down the forest is something that gives you a sense of achievement, because you know the coal that you're helping to produce actually is valuable for the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the coal production, but these players will still depend on each other, where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available for the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
Joder, no se están trabajando bien, ¿no?
Parece que sí, la verdad.
Se va a depender de otros jugadores y toda la madre que
Pax Day
parió.
is very much inspired by real-world folklore and fairy tales. With, of course, the caveat that in Pax Day this stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually started off as true stories, whereas fairy tales are fiction. And that's the distinction between the two. Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes of the people, during those times, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real, and this is not disputed as any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things. You will find ghosts. You will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
Pues pinta chulo.
If I cause any
Eso yo creo que
existential
también va a ir
anxiety with my presence,
a la
it might
lista.
help to try
Hasta
reframing
lista
those
de
stresses
Shadow
in a
Elemental en
positive light.
Sí,
Think of me,
señor.
perhaps, as a blue shell from your
Sí,
favorite
para
kart
eso,
racer.
para eso es esto. Luego
I
ya
might be
sale
willing
el
to
liace,
ruthlessly
sale
destroy
demo.
hard-earned positions,
Ya
but we can
lo
still
pillas
have
si te
fun.
parece.
Maybe there's a lizard driving
Los
in
early
a
access
car.
suelen ser baratos,
Isn't
la
that
cosa
nice?
que hay algunos que a lo mejor no los
Let's celebrate
terminan.
the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our
Yo
next
quiero
preview
pensar que
brings
un juego que
Mario Kart
anuncia en un
mayhem
evento
to
de
PC.
estos sí lo
Here's
terminarán.
Stampede Racing Royale.
También me fiaría más de un early access de un evento de estos. Mario Kart del Aldi.
El Mario Kart del Aldi de PC. Solo para PC. 60, hostia. Pero falta que sea, mira, si es free to play le pruebo.
Y streameas tu manquería.
Porque tiene que ser. No, que me tiene que sacar por mañana. Que es free, que debería serlo porque no creo, yo creo que más o sí. Sí, 60 jugadores.
A ver, sí, si son muchos jugadores.
Es verano el playtest. No, juego de pago.
For Master Writer 2, The Search for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles.
A ver, te dirán perdón por querer cobrar por mi trabajo.
En este que no cuente conmigo. Me gustan muchas cosas de espacio, pero tampoco tanto.
¿No te gusta lanzar tus propios cohetillos?
Frank, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in action. You know, being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
Ahora pone un gameplay.
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what
Y este tipo de juego está por mucho por debajo de la media de la comunidad.
No, my build was in
They're producing some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating, Frankie, but let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2.
El PoE 2, venga.
Es tu colega, el que tiene que maniobrarle, ¿no?
Sí, la mujer tenía que estar aquí polla en mano.
Corriéndose vivo. Que no ha sacado un juego de lo suyo.
La verdad que tiene. Gráficamente decentillo.
Oh, sí, gráficamente mola.
Uno un poco más
Pero
de eso.
no he jugado ningún Diablo.
¿Sabes? Pues este, si es free to play, imagino que sí, le puedes probar.
No, pero es que no sé qué van. Estilo Dota con los ataques, estilo el Dota. Que se cargan, los toques los tiras y se cargan, ¿o qué?
No, tienes que equiparte piezas de equipo. Típico RPG, pero visto desde arriba. Tú te vas equipando, vas subiéndote, comprando habilidades o mejorándolas.
Tiro todo entonces.
Y eso,
Bueno,
yo qué
te
sé.
Tiro Dota.
Sueles tener sueles tener unas misiones. No, pero estilo Dota nuevo. El Dota es un MOBA y es multijugador. Este normalmente tiene su historia, tiene sus mazmorras. Y es de...
Pero no es multijugador, no tiene multijugador.
Tiene multijugador, pero tiene un modo historia.
Pero Dios.
O sea, visualmente la estética así desde arriba y tal puede parecerse al Dota, pero no es un Dota, ya te lo digo yo.
A ver.
El Project Ferocious ya le anunciaron el año pasado, ya le puse yo en lista. Para es que a ver, estas cosas si son indies, 4 gatos, pues van despacio.
The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. Use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However, there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for.
Y otra cosa te digo, no hemos probado el remaster de Crisis.
Soviet improvise.
Ya, pero bueno, poco espero.
Ese no es por lo que espere, sino a ver el rendimiento del PC.
Pues hombre, siendo un remaster, no creo que vaya tampoco A ver, que algún efecto habrán mejorado. Si le han metido ray tracing, pues con todo el ray tracing al máximo rankeará cualquier PC realmente.
Pues es la cosa.
Pero vamos, no lo sé. No sé si le han metido ray tracing. Hombre, en los tiempos que corren, raro me parecería, la verdad.
And sublime landscapes for you and other players to discover, alone or together, all at your own pace.
Aventurilla. ¿A que te gustan antiguos, Micho?
No.
As a seeker, you'll set off on a journey of knowledge. Explore
No tiene mala
of
pinta
this
del
rich
todo,
landscape
pero...
and solve every puzzle you find. Savor the achievement of every
Buenas
solution
noches.
as the world around you unlocks, revealing new challenges to face, new areas to explore, and fantastic rewards to collect. In Islands of Insight, a beautiful realm
Parece que
of
estamos para la tierra.
tranquility and adventure awaits you. Embark
Es
on
que
the
vuelan.
path of discovery.
Tiene sus
Es que vuelan,
alas.
primo.
Curiosity guide you
Es que tienen alas como
through a
Ícaro.
world of wonders.
Sí, sí.
Tienen alas como Ícaro, entonces es normal que vuelen.
Island of Insight. A ver, not bad, pero...
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest
Supone que va a
look
ser un
at
juego
Lords of the
estilo Souls. Ah, el Lords of the Fallen, vale, sí.
A ver, si este fue el que vimos el otro día, ¿no?
Sí.
In Lords of the Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds. The land of the living, where demonic knights and halted monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the Umbral Plane at will. Just try not to die in there. In the spirit of the Dark Souls games, failure will be punished.
Venturing in
Eso me
dungeons,
gusta.
any idiot could do that. But
Bien me
managing an evil dungeon, now we're talking elite. The Dungeon of Nalbuck is feared throughout the lands of Fang. It is an avant-garde evil structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's
Los
looking
sin
for its new
marca...
steward. Of course,
marca
we
día.
have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient
Medievales.
staff, the most devious monsters, and the most attractive treasures. Wait.
Los sin medievales.
But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processes, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings,
Sí.
I mean employees, can fully express themselves thanks to our committed HR management and peaceful social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor.
Tío, tu colega Granuja streameando con cámara y todo.
Anda. No me digas, ¿en dónde?
El Dying Light, ¿no? En su canal de Twitch.
Cuando me siga a mí, le seguiré yo.
Pero síguele tú primero y luego te seguirá él. Él ni sabrá cuál es tu Twitch.
No, tú ves que no lo sabes. ¿El que está streameando?
El Dying Light.
¿Se va a hacer streamer ahora?
No, si él ha streameado ya algunas veces. No es la primera vez que streamea con cámara. Pues que muy poco. Porque como cambia tanto de juego, le dan tantas ventoleras.
Pero y con cámara y todo, y micro y todo.
Sí, bueno, micro, pues yo que sé, si tendrá uno que se pone así como de esto.
¿Y la
de
cámara qué?
camisa y cámara al móvil. Creo que también usa el móvil. Pero se ha puesto un marco en la cámara y bueno, más o menos. entra en los estándares de otros que se ven. La cosa es que lo vaya haciendo con cierta regularidad y bueno, pues irá ganando como yo seguidores. Luego otras cosas que entren y te valgan para algo, pero bueno, al menos para echar los ratos, tus partidas y tener luego ahí guardados buenos momentos y tal, pues a mí me apaña. Y si encima ya vamos rascando céntimos, pues también me sirve.
No, que sí, sí. Lo he hecho, bien hecho está. Sombra. Castlevania. Acción Castlevania. Mariachi Legends.
Mariachi Legends.
A ver, ahí lo pone.
Sí, no, ya.
Añádela a tu wishlist.
Are you alright, Sean? Our programming included a gunfight/dance sequence to promote Mariachi Legends, but your heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide assistance. Notification. Day 9 has
No,
been updated to day 10.
yo otros años me suena que ha sido bastante largo,
What? You just can't replace me? Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What? What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host Day 9. Oh, the consequences of my actions.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10. So, the latest software version.
I am Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game. Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin while I do some strategizing of my own.
De Warhammer.
Dakota, start unplugging things. I'll just tell you when to stop. Just pull it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Este ya fue el que vimos.
Commander, there is the stench of death.
Este sí creo que fue el que vimos. Que dijimos que se parecía un poco a...
Sí, de Warhammer, que tenía una estética un poco estilo Gears. Luego vimos que era cooperativo, al final vimos que era Warhammer y yo qué sé.
Era que aconteció Hammer. Era Kanko Hammer.
We must claim this swamp.
Enemy sighted. Sneaky Dusty.
Sigma!
En la sombra.
Think it's time for a fight, boys! Protect the bastion! We need the loot! Let's flash to a corpse! They always go.
Aiden, I will take the fight to the Auric Warlord. You hold here.
Fate conspires against us both.
Not fate. Duty.
Get it!
War Premiere.
Wake up, sleeper. No, get out! They haven't finished it!
Oh, Sleeper's finished, aren't you? We had a deal, Sleeper. And yet, here you are, risking it all to try and break our contract, to end your dependence.
Just wanted to use them, you piece of shit!
Nothing wrong with being a tool in the time of crisis. There's a war on, and while it rages, well, there's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship, even hooked you up with a contract or two. And yes, I took my share. But that only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
Sleeper, go! Now! To the ship!
Que no tiene ni copia.
Dicen Sleeper 2.
Y encima de todo.
El 1 por
el 1. Como para conocerlo.
No, están saliendo muchas segundas partes que digo, no sé ni cómo es la primera.
Case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case. Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critter Cove.
¿Tú qué decías que en este iban a repetir muchos juegos?
Hombre, algunos ya lo has visto que sí. Para que si es un evento largo, pero el resto ya estás viendo, son casi todos indie.
Pero verdad que son chorrijuegos, sí.
Si
Pues,
juegos más
píllate.
eso no vas a ver como en el de equipo.
Píllate este que se crea una barca para irte de pesca, coño.
Sí, hombre.
A ver.
Yo... pagarme un sueldecillo, 1000 eurillos al mes, yo juego a lo que queráis.
Ay, güey, Michu, ¿cómo te vas a pagar 1000 eurillos al mes si no tenemos ni para nosotros?
Cago en Dios. Me pagáis 1000 eurillos al mes y me tenéis aquí 10 o 12 horas diarias. En 10 o 12 horas verás como si nos va dando tiempo de probar casi todo el corte.
Por alguien que streame estos juegos, chacho.
Alguien lo hará. Será por gente como nosotros intentando abrirse hueco, tú verás.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there is no question. It would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critter Cove's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistance, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper roleplay. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send Hardy's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
Vaya vecinilla en Brooklyn, Nueva York. Ahí, cervecita fresca. Pato aquí.
Hombre.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by playing out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you. And then you can do anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format. And as you play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do, you pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want and you can do anything. And the system and the story will continue based on your choices. At Hidden Door, we are working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds into the platform. And the system supports anything fictional. So it does do science fiction, it does do fantasy, it does, period romance, which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of your standard action-based gameplay or sort of dungeon crawl-based storytelling. While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you were playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that. And the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door. Today you can play Hidden Door anywhere you can access the web. So you can play on desktop, you can play on your mobile device, you can play on a tablet.
Ya lo sabes, Michi, te lo puedes crear en multiplataforma.
Claramente.
Devolvemos la retransmisión.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean. Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass for only $9.99.
What are you
10
doing?
euros, madre mía.
I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize the show's profitability.
How would Battle Pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn
Está todo
exclusive rewards,
impagado.
like viewing the show's trailers 1.5 seconds early and boosters for viewer rank experience.
Look, I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table streams as service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who've reached viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a Battle Pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killsaw 69 Blazed has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Clay Entertainment. Here's your first look at Dread Pilots.
Dead Pilots. Otro War. No nos conocemos ninguno de los tres, ¿a que no?
Pues no.
No hacemos nada. Bueno, navecita.
Dread Pilots.
Navecitas para todos.
harnessed your glove's power, and now you want to find me.
Gotta find Mama.
You don't know what's making the miasma angry, and it's spreading across America, twisting this once great nation into a lethal wasteland.
Miasma crónicas. Creo que ya venimos.
Eso sí, desde arriba, mala carta. A ver este rollo ahí, coberturas, tácticas.
Comandos. Antiguo comandos. Recuerda el comando este antiguo,
De ese creo que había algún remaster o algo.
Maybe I will tell you my secret.
Miasma Chronicles.
Don't starve yourself with excitement for Dread Pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, Text Generation. Coming up, secret facilities, bioweapons development, zombie experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim. And you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell Medical's biggest success stories, Director Coleman.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you who are starting your own franchises. Today I'm here to talk about building a thriving business. My apologies. There has been a development that requires my immediate attention.
Director Coleman, sir, we're hearing...
Whatever your concerns may be, I'm handling it. Now, tend to your patients.
Structural integrity and power all hanging in there, sir. Extent of the outbreak, unknown. Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
Wait, don't shoot. Easy. Director Coleman. Hey, man, sir.
Are you okay?
I got a little bitten, but I'm hanging in there, Director. I'm all good. They have a cure upstairs, eh?
Sure. Head back up. There is a shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I was worried for a second there that
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a business here. Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line in 10. Oh, and an espresso.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only. Not our stuff. Quality control issues downstairs.
Pues a ver qué más.
Otro de la misma zona. Plataformero.
Space Opera, Metroidvania. Pues eso, todos los que sean de ese género, de seguro que estarían chulos. Pero...
Game trailer 44. Codename Omicron Delta November _ final final and 2.0 _ revised.mp4. Now, it's important not to lose the trust of your AI assistant, so let's just watch it really quick.
Hacer música con navecitas.
Pues eso es, sí. Y multi.
Because I want to understand it someday. Or at least find as many answers as possible.
¿Cómo se parece al DSU?
Me suena uno que ya salió el año pasado también. Deliver to Mars o algo así que se llamaba. No me acuerdo. Yo creo que va a ser ese. Y creo que le metí en lista.
Everything that happened here overwhelms me.
Not every mission ends in success, Doctor. We have to save what we can. Save you.
What is there to understand? We have to destroy it. Even if it means destroying everything.
The Invincible. Entonces es otro. Pues es muy parecido, muy parecido.
Te he dicho que yo digo, oye, sí, que algo sabía yo de ese que has dicho tú, pero...
Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor to classics like Roller Coaster Tycoon.
O era la lista también.
Roller Coaster Magnate 9, Roller Coaster Altair 27, and Roller Coaster God Emperor 14,000.
Okay, let's not go off the rails. Look, as fun as the carnival is, we all know the games aren't the most balanced, because basically, carnies are OP. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look at Park Beyond.
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? The desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves. All these feelings make us Visioneers. Visioneers are architects who are dedicated to making their childhood dreams a reality, empowered to achieve the impossible. Architects who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those we love. Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
Park Beyond.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional content by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Conmigo no cuenta.
¿Te gusta hacer parques, tonto?
No.
Vaya.
Evil stirs in the depths of Gallowspire. 3 heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue full of deadly surprises. And a powerful wizard wielding the fury of the elements. Together, they are destined to confront the hordes of undead.
1 de 3.
And their deadly masters. Again and again. Attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving Gallowspire.
Ah, el Pathfinder. A ese jugaba Persigue Pollos. No a ese, sino a otro que ella, claro.
A ver, tu colega el que persigue pollos es que ese jugaba cosa que no estaba... Diesel Legacy. Vaya ya.
Join the open beta, now on Steam. 2 versus 2 action.
2-2.
Down, but not out. local and online multiplayer. Real match, worldwide rollback netplay. Determine the fate of the Iron City.
Bueno.
It's time we honor an overlooked hero, the noble delivery cyclist, powering the gig economy with their aching calves. Now, you might ask, hey Sean, are you just feeling a little guilty because you gave your credit card details to the AI assistant and now someone has to deliver the 57 parcels you ordered before you noticed? In short, yes. But if this next exclusive is anything to go by, we'll all be saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation, gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
Repartir paquetes en bici con Micho.
Hello,
Hola,
Inquisitive here. My name is Will Barr, and that was an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Goat Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players, such as yourself, should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core. That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many colourful bicycle messengers. Embrace the gig economy and forget the security, stable salary and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer as you race through town, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap from rooftops, startle pigeons.
Well, it's kind of like a career in video game development, except without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of
Tía,
3
tía,
rival
tiene
career
ahí la
corporations, all vying to become the most profitable
Sure.
business in town. But be warned, a maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
De oficina, de las mejores sillas.
So it's up to you, bicycle courier, to deliver this foot-long grilled chicken, cheese and chorizo melt and save the world.
No sé qué es, pero píllalo, perra.
No.
Cerdo volando.
Un cerdo volando.
A two-man studio based in Sweden, working on the game Fabledom, currently
Fabledom.
available in early access.
Yo no quiero ver cerdo volando, tío.
¿Por qué?
Porque no, tío.
Ta.
No, tío. Ach, tío. No hay que liar, tío. Cerdo volando, tío. Va feliz, tío. Cochinato que vaya jugando estos juegos ya para enseñar, muchachos.
Sí.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pig.
Fabledom.
Hello, micro friends.
We have a new mission, soldier.
Game Pass. Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, el Tale 2, el Minecraft nuevo, Starfield de salida, el Valorant de salida, el Gear 5 de salida.
PC Game Pass.
Oh,
Game
don't mind Sean. He's just entering our PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1-month subscriptions for new members to try the service. To get a chance of procuring one, visit the URL on screen now.
Mega Man. Mega Man.
Manubrio Man.
No es Mega Man. Marca Hacendado Mega Man. Full cooperativo local y online. Si no es Mega Man, full cooperativo. Madre mía, chaval.
Es manubrio.
Ya está levelito.
Es verdad, este ya salió. Y sí, es clavadito a Mega Man. Solo que más bien es como una tía, Mega Woman.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out. Got good 228, right? Great to be watching PC Gaming Show once again. Excellent work, Sean and Co.
Hey, I'm touched and a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
See Blaze Paladins, right? Did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look, have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean 23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shout-outs feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shout-outs.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped. Just like I can't help wanting to see more previews. And with that, here's Creepy Jar's new sci-fi survival game, Chimera.
Chimera.
Creepy
Ahí te metía yo,
Jar.
bicho.
Tú vas a meter.
Ahí te metía yo. Ahí te metía yo. Ahí te soltaba yo con una cerilla y un cuchillo.
No.
Te ibas a enterar. Una cerilla y una navaja te mandaba yo y te ibas a enterar.
Poste manqueo.
No te comería el sol.
¿Qué va?
Chimera.
Bueno, no se vea gameplay. Me pensaré si meterlo en la lista. Si no...
In the lost Caribbean Sea was a captain mighty. Mordecai was his name. He succumbed to the white flame.
En fin. Voy a quitar cámara y viera por algo pasa ya.
Now is the day cursed pirates have their way. That's the life we live, come along for the
Ahora vengo, perro.
Vale, perrucho. Sí, hombre. Aquí tenemos un juego de estrategia en tercera persona, vista de arriba, de piratas, que tiene que tener algún tipo de modo historia. Y bueno, no hace mi estilo, pero bueno, lo mejor aquí a vuestro colega si le gusta. Los gráficos, bueno, no estamos mal. Estilo comandos. A un país de... un diablo. Diablo. Más estilo diablo, sí. Bueno. Todo puede ser sugestionable. Pero vaya. Piratas perdidos. Gambi. 17 de agosto de 2023. Steam, PS5, Xbox Series. Vamos que tenemos otra World Premiere. Amiguetes. El espacio. Navegador de Exo One. Listo, explorar planetas de simulación. Eso Rally Championship. Hostia puta. No jodas.
¿Qué ha sido eso?
Ah, bueno, nada. Eso Rally Championship, chaval. Un juego de rally con coches de los planetas, esto de Marte.
Those same RTS games just so happen to be a valuable testing ground
Si es que ya hay de todo,
for
perro.
leading AI research. Curious. Can it be just a coincidence then that I'd end up the kind of man to name himself
La prepara la cena.
AI visionary?
Y
But what's no coincidence is my excitement for the eagerly
una lata pollo.
from former Warcraft and Starcraft devs at Frost Giant
Una
Studios.
lata de pollo.
It's Stormgate, and today we don't
Y
just get a chance to
en el mercado ni de todo, chaval.
Stormgate gameplay.
Una lata de pollo.
Hay pollo en lata.
Game director Tim
Pollo en
Cagle here to
lata.
tell us exactly how
Sí.
Stormgate will delight all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's
Pollo
good
en
to
lata.
be
Dice
Now,
que
I've
hace
been
la calienta del
following
microondas y ya
Stormgate
está.
for years, but for those of us who haven't,
Claro.
what is Stormgate?
Stormgate is our modern take on the classic
Oh,
real-time
nice.
strategy game formula. It's what we think of as
Pollo
a
en lata,
spiritual
dice.
successor to
Padillas
franchises
así,
like
perro.
Warcraft, Starcraft, Command and Conquer, and real-time strategy
Para días
games
así,
are
otras
the
veces
type
me
of
hago
game
mejor una
where you
vieja
can
tortilla
control the
también o algo.
battlefield. So this classic RTS
Pollo en
formula
lata, dice.
includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so we put a lot of effort into making sure that Stormgate feels good whether you're a pro with high technical skill and you love competitive play, or whether it's something that you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of
Juego.
Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now this is something that we are big believers in at Frost
Dale,
Giant.
perro.
We want to share this current
¿Cómo que
state of
vale?
game today.
Dale.
Que le dé aquí.
Oh, Tim, I'm so
A este.
excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start to a 1v1 match. What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources. They're starting to construct buildings. They
El
actually build them by
planetario
3D
iban
printing
construyendo, se
them from the
continúan
ground
viviendo en
up. And
3D
you can see
desde
them
cero.
now starting to train troops so they can have an army that goes out in the field to fight.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, we see in the corner coming up, this looks like a scout unit.
Yeah, that is literally a cybernetic dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout. Okay, it's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
Right.
And you can see him now running through the base, trying to see what information he can find out about his enemy.
Yeah, I mean, scouting and information is such an important part of RTS games.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The Scout unit has been designed so it can actually sense units beyond its sight radius. So it's especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game. What are we seeing?
Well, what we're seeing right here is the Red
Radio.
Scout getting surprised by
La
a
unidad.
group of blue troops coming through the Light Force, which is the new train type and the twist on the tactical battlefield here.
And how do these light forests work?
The Light Force lets smaller units move through them. They have concealment. It's allowed Blue to raid Red's base, in which case Red is barely getting a turret built with their speed building from their workers, another human faction advantage. And they're about to pop out a couple extra defenders here from their mech base.
So we got these huge mechs, and I mean, just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry, but can these red mechs fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're heavy units. They're designed to use their chain guns to go through groups of enemies, but they can't fit through the Light Forest, which Blue knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like the evac.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing
Un
a
Dota, perro.
chicken. What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's
Es como
we
una
haven't
Opel.
gotten to yet. But imagine it as a big Mad Max Raider.
It's the most threatening placeholder art for now. And oh, I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up into the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
It is, and it's
Como
really
Dami.
important for Stormgate that we maintain a high
Como Dota, pero no hay... Bueno, sí, claro, como Dota, voy torreta.
maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
And here we have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those.
Sí, vamos, que sí que es la...
Pero la cosa es que tienes fase y tú tienes que crear las unidades que vayan tirando para adelante. No un personaje en sí mismo. Con habilidades especiales como el Dota. Tiene cositas del Dota, pero tiene cositas también del Empire.
Sí, lo que pasa es que el mapa parece un estilo Dota, pero al final la jugabilidad sí que es más Age of Empires.
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player versus AI cooperative mode. We have team-based competitive mode. We're going to share information about our storyline and campaign. We have new factions beyond the humans that you just saw today.
But Tim, what if I want to play the game right now?
If you want to play the game as soon as possible, you wish list Stormgate on Steam, and you go to playstormgate.com to sign up for the beta. We're starting closed testing in July.
Once again, go to Steam and wishlist Stormgate. Tim, thank you so much again for joining us, not just to talk about the 1v1 footage you shared, but future content plans of Stormgate. It makes the RTS players' dreams come true. Which might not be your dreams. I mean, your dreams might be filled with gloriously grimy Deus Ex-inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a fiendishly Star Wars vibe to it. If so, get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
Fortune's Run. Cuac, cuac. Cuac, cuac. Cuac, cuac. Cuac, cuac, cuac. Eres un perrucho, eres un mancucho.
¿Qué dices, mancárrimo?
Anda. Un Doom con gráficos de Doom y de la marca Aldi.
No, pero aquí tiene cuchillos y tal también, chaval. Es como metiendo el mod este que hay del Brutal Doom y añadiéndole armas cuerpo a cuerpo. Está curioso.
Men, you are about to embark upon the great crusade towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere are with you. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. Accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck. Let us all receive the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
The Reeling in the Hole.
Maneuver in the Hole.
With Micho in the Hole. ¿Cuándo vamos a jugar un poco al Counter?
Nunca. Engancha Isidro.
No. Suicido. ¿Quiere que juegue al Valorant? O al Tarkov.
O métete al Tarkov y déjate de manqueadas. Tarkov es más chungo.
Oye, tú conmigo.
¿Qué va?
Y tu colega quiere que juegue al Overwatch.
A ver, ¿cómo juegas al Paladin?
Él también ha jugado al Paladin, pero no le gusta.
Es que el Paladin es el Overwatch de Hacendado.
Es muy complicado. Dice.
Si está acostumbrado al Overwatch y cambian cosas, pues a ver.
Es que yo juego al Overwatch y es más fácil, vamos, es más fácil.
El Helldivers Luz este ya le presentaron el año pasado, tengo por ahí en lista.
A ver, yo juego con esta, esperamos que me
Waifu.
Waifu de tercera.
Ya más pareció que juega al Overwatch y al Paladin fue en su día el Team Fortress 2. Y desde entonces ya ha cambiado mucho el corte.
Por lo que hablamos tu colega y yo. Que va partidilla de un cuarto de hora 20 minutos. Partidas cortas.
A ver si esos juegos se valen de eso, de echar un oficio rápido.
Espera.
Buah,
guancho. Guancho. En ese de guancho, mira,
Esse é o meu Rio Grande, chefe.
Reviva, reconoce. Luego los nietos. Todo su padre y su madre. No va la. Ya están empezando a meter el chorrijo, ya queda media orilla.
But good news. PC gaming show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional content by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Habéis repetido el mismo antes, perruchos.
Frank, we've seen impressive, almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding edge hardware.
Your concerns are both unnecessary and convenient, Sean. As the long-term vanguard of gaming, Alienware continues to offer high-end PC hardware. Considering their extraterrestrial origins, it comes as no surprise.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my trading model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Vuestro será hardware.
Alienware has been a part of my professional life for a while now. From the games you play to what you do for work.
Y siendo Alienware, pues mayormente portátiles. También creo que hacen torres, pero...
It doesn't have just the kind of like generic gamer look to it.
Literally everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
Monitores también creo que había, sí.
Más de 20 años en la vanguardia de la informática. Un portátil.
Don't miss your shot at Alienware giveaway goodness.
Regalo.
Scan that code now. I mean, Frankie, can you believe
Escanea, Wismichu.
Escanea. Estoy escaneándola, estoy escaneándola.
Intel Core i9 processor for the fine price point of 3? Oh, it's enough to get anyone's blood pumping.
As you know, Sean, I'm a network of predictive algorithms and generative
software.
I am fundamentally incapable of belief.
Look, I understand.
Si dice la promoción no está disponible en mi región, ahora estamos por culo.
No, absolutely not. Anything but that. Let's move on to literally anything else. So, what's next? Well, this is a little awkward. Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivors.
DLC.
¿Qué puto juego es ese para tener un DLC?
What if we gave it a spin?
Pero Suburban no lo conoce, coño.
No.
Es súper famoso, lo han streameado todos los streamers famosos.
Usted perdone.
Ni su puta madre la conoce, dura. Medusa dice, Scorpion Lady. No conoce ni su puta madre, ¿sabes? Ni los Zelda de la Game Boy tienen tan malo gráfico como eso. Me paso los Golden Sun de la Game Boy antes. Hombre, no me jodas. Vaya puta manquería por noche por el día.
Todos los elementos que hay en pantalla y me ponen mejores gráficos, explotan las consolas.
Venga, no me jodas. Venga, no me jodas, primo.
El Baldur's Gate 3. Pues tu colega feliz tiene un juego de ese estilo parecido, que salen un montón de enemigos a la vez.
Wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Oh, dear God.
This was generated in seconds. While a professional artist's work would take hours, if not days.
Yes, that is true. It's hard to tell this wasn't the work of a trained professional, but do you have any professional artist work, you know, just to like compare?
I do. Thanks to the YouTube animated extraordinaire at MASH. Here's an original animation for Larian's Baldur's Gate 3.
My fellow adventurers, the road to Baldur's Gate has been long. We have fought cultists of a strange new god, battle packs of fearsome gnolls,
Matar with Michus.
toe-to-toe with creatures from beyond this plane.
Matar Mondurrios.
We faced our greatest foe yet.
He was just so strong. And I think his blood was acid.
I'm not sure if it
even works, like anatomically.
Tomorrow, we find higher ground, then rain down upon him with 100 arrows.
No, first I will incapacitate him with a fit of hideous laughter. Then we will fill his bog with grease and set it on fire. And if he attempts to escape the blaze, fear not, for I will...
Ese tiene el ojo como una zapata, mírale.
Please don't. Even Lae'zel's puns are more amusing.
Y es lo mismo.
Among Githyanki, I am considered extremely humorous.
Enough! We must defeat this foe. Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature.
Parece a ese de...
Will necessitate a trade.
El bigote.
Give me his spleen.
No, esa verde parece.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature.
La dama del lago.
Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance.
A quien tú quieras, me parezco.
And teach us the source of your power.
Venga, reactivamos cámara.
I didn't know you speak.
Esto es un juego...
Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been...
A tomar por culo, rana.
Cities are incredibly hard to make in RPGs because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different, so you have to be incredibly creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which it originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slope, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it
as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
Es que sí parece también tocho.
Ahí va Jesús.
Al menos relativo a la ciudad.
Vístose de lila, se parecía a Jesús.
Sí. Jesucristo Superstar era.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions
Ese.
you've been making,
A Jesús de la katana.
all come to fruition.
Bueno, esto es Jesús de la katana.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, it can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it, it's great. So the thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that I'm the most proud of.
Pues en agosto.
Baldur.
Larian Studios breaks the classic RPG series out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st. Up next, we're forging ahead with more fantasy as flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike. After all, what's a roguelike without an onslaught of algorithmic terrors? I feel like there's a lot of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
Ahí está, la gota de agua. La gota.
Como reparte, ¿no?
Pues la que se lleva la mejor parte.
Píllale, perro, píllale.
¿Y tú sabes que yo no juego nunca?
Pero va siendo hora, perro.
¿Cuál es ya? Pues no. No vamos a ver.
What?
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risk tasked with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
A final de año. Y cooperativo.
Seriously don't have any signal.
Not even one guard is nothing.
La entera perrucho.
Sí. Stealth Extraction Horror.
Getting around inside the ring.
Now, was that a bear?
Have you ever heard a bear sound like that before?
Never seen a bear before.
You guys look lost. Come on. Freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge. Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will.
Anda ya, torero. Con brazo pocho.
Here looking for answers. It's weird. It's like time runs differently here.
Brazo garra eres tú.
Yo soy garra brazo. Garra brazo.
Pero brazo.
We gotta find the others, dude.
No.
What?
Adiós. Adiós. Eso ha dejado como una zarabaina.
Lo han deleteado, chaval.
Nachito.
Holy shit.
Adiós. Adiós. Macabre.
Macabre.
I can't believe it worked. This is it. This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
Qué cachete.
La demo pronto. Otra World Premiere.
We thought we had billions of years before our son died.
Un billón de años, la Virgen. Esta diría. Espero que en casa abandonado.
No.
En un billón de años.
Rallying to save those we can.
¿Dónde estará?
Every one of our ships a ray of hope. Captain, it is up to you to find us a new home, so we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
Copy. Flying course now. Sector locked in. We are cleared to jump. Prepare for warp jump in 3, 2, 1.
Todo. Hizo boom.
Soft landings.
Earthlish.
Buena boom.
As great as Earthless looks, makes you wonder, how are we in the real world gonna fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress.
Eso es.
Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine wine as all roads lead to this newest city builder. Here's a first look. at
Nova Roma.
El propito para ti.
Sí.
A tomar por culo. El chiringuito.
Píllalo, perro.
No. Es muy nuevo para mí.
Vaya,
Mi PC no tira con eso.
ya, hombre, aunque sea el mínimo, tío. O con algún mod de estos de ultra low.
Mi cacún de PC no tira con eso.
Pues nada, que se suscriba a la gente a ver si te sacan de la pobreza. Te puedes comprar un cacho PC, hombre. Ah, buen día.
La gente tampoco por la labor de duda.
Is over. All we want is to return home. To the newborn
¿Qué puesto de Nordic, no?
we fought for. Brothers and sisters. None of us thought this part of the journey would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snow.
Desembarco en Normandía. Con carta. Estilo comando. Mala carta. Estilo comando.
Mala carta nunca mejor dicho, ¿no?
By armored train in a harsh winter. Far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train home.
Back up.
Will you lead us?
Last train home.
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I. However, historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing though. Puppets can't be trusted. As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we dropped this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show.
Joder, solo me queda la rata. La virgen.
Turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Me lío, perrucho.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Esto parece de la zona del pavimento de los espinetes.
De Barrio Sésamo.
Barrio Sésamo, espinete. Un Resident Evil de Mark Aldi.
Let's do this.
¿Qué espera? Resident Evil de Mark Aldi.
Yeah.
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right
Fórmula 1.
No me mentiréis.
Push as much as you can. Copy. Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Pero un triple A.
Sí.
Cosa de la rueda, primo. Adiós.
Oh, and that's a crash.
Adiós.
I'm pushing out, next one, pushing out.
And McLaren with a great overtake. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Manager 2023.
Hey, Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we like doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a simple programming adjustment to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the
Holy
VTuber
shit.
market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
Me acuerdo del clip de Microsoft Word.
Sí.
Que le puteábamos, podía verse una waifu de eso. Bueno, ¿dónde vais con el martillo?
Un dos.
Bueno.
Un dos.
Ah, no. Ah, bueno, mi madre. Ahora nos vamos a poner a reparar ahora el negocio. A recoger ahora. Adiós la bomba. Adiós, adiós.
Con la rueda, con la miseria para irte corriendo.
Dale, trae ahí con el coche. Anda ya. Adiós la rueda. Aparcado. Y encima llevo de compañero una gallina. Cago en Dios. Abrirte todo. Madre mía. De compañero una gallina. Madre. Madre mía. Cacum de fuego. Vaya. Madre. Eso va a ser coronavirus. Eso va a ser coronavirus, Eso va a ser coronavirus de toda la vida, Barreo.
Casi COVID, casi.
Casi nada, Pepe, ¿sabes? Saca la escopeta, le pega cuatro bombazos ahí y se queda tonto.
Easy and fast.
Blood Sound. Different style.
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Señor, otro día que va a dar las 2 horas y todavía no ha terminado.
Substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes. But it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
A ver qué es esto.
Hecho en Ucrania. O algo de Ucrania.
Tiny pile. Build. Tiny build. Build.
Ese dato de grande, güey, Michu.
Parece el de los Peaky Blinders. Parece el puto Arthur de los Peaky Blinders.
Замовлю собі багатського м'яса та пива. А ви що, хлопці?
Ну, раз ми ліпші, то попало себе шампанським і морським оленем. А ти ж, Петро? А я, як завжди, маленьку банушу хочу. Йой, то ж ресторан, не корчма. Може ресторан буде
¿Qué pasó la hora?
Sí. Pero qué cojones. Son Future Peaky Blinders. Joder. Shit. Así se llama. Sand. Arena.
We have reached the end of this year's show, and we're saving something very exciting for the end. Dune Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the classic sci-fi series. Frank AI, what have you got for us for the big
Dune
finale?
Awakening.
If you like, I could fill the room with sand.
That's a little literal, don't you think? But what if we had, like, costumes? Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my god, I could dress up maybe as like a giant sandworm.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
I mean, don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that like Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Oh, man, there was this one year where she was a shark. And then, and she was like a mech pilot, and I had a spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways, just forget it. I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right? Frankie Ward?
Do you still want to do the costumes bit, Sean?
I want to do the dress up bit so bad. I'm sorry, I tried to fire everyone and make money with computers.
Shut up and put the costume on.
What the
Frankie,
fuck?
would you do the honors?
Gladly. Here is an exclusive interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
Funko.
¿Han mandado el dron para allá otra vez?
Sí.
¿Y esa tipa quién era?
Pues era otra presentadora. Solo estaba haciendo como si fuera una ya todo el rato.
Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of Dune. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat. They have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe.
Son juegos, sí.
And through this experience, they come to know the factions in the world and the universe. So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their still suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance.
La miseria.
And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash, you hear the rumble of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is William Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening.
¿Cómo te das si está en inglés?
You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about,
van a publicar el juego y de qué va, ¿no?
Y
vean de cómo tiene fabricado, pero todavía no la tienen terminado. Los juegos nunca están terminados cuando lo sacan así.
Lo que no sé si este se supone que es MMO. Si es MMO y se ve así, puede ser algo muy tocho.
Melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about like the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
Eso será el editor de personaje.
We think of them as survive, protect, expand, control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you, so you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well. You might want to take Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner, and you really trust the second in command. So the goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
Bueno.
Tu colega. Dice que se bonito un regalo, píllatele.
Sí. And what a show it was! And what a lesson for me, honestly. AI excels at plenty, but only an absolute doofus would think it can replace that human touch. I mean, you'd have to be an irredeemable bozo, like a real human dumpster to pull that.
So that's the end of Frank AI? You are getting the band back together?
I mean, yeah, if we get another show next year, then yeah, you betcha.
329 €.
Well, you know, Dakota,
Píllatele, buen
smart.
bicho.
I mean, I think he's actually the CEO now of PC Gamer and all subsidiary publications and IPs, and he's got some really great ideas, but he also caddies for some very
vas a tu colega por el
good
grupo.
golf course.
329 €.
Either way,
Si me valió
see you
más.
next year.
A ti te...
Bye. Bye.
Que a ti te valió más, ya, pero que te está de puta madre, píllatele, tipo, tú que temas que tienes uno. Ya. Ya.
Ya dice más de 2 horas.
2 horas y 10. Bueno, pues ya está.
Pues parece que esto es todo, amigos.
Camera speed.
Tomas falsas.
My lips are sweating. Okay, here it comes. Okay, here it
Que le
is.
suda,
Everyone
tío.
quiet on set. Here I come.
Me sigue, me suda el huevo.
Okay.
1, 2.
Necessary data acquired.
Bueno, culebras. Por aquí lo dejamos. Toma falsas, como el que quiera. Y yo no, así que nada. Hasta la próxima. Esto se acabó, buen bicho.
Pues sí, esto se acaba, así que creo que yo también voy a ir cortando ya mismo. La verdad es que aquí también se ha visto de todo. Sí que ha habido algunos juegos buenos, sí que ha habido también chorrindis, sí que hay cada vez más juegos que ya tienes la sensación de haber visto y en realidad es uno nuevo, pero que claramente se parece a otro que ni siquiera salió todavía. O sea, la verdad es que, a ver, estamos en un punto que esto es como lo de hacer streaming. Igual que tú pones cualquier juego y hay 200 haciendo streaming, como poco, pues aquí es eso. Todo el mundo quiere su parte del pastel también en cuanto a creación y desarrollo de videojuegos. Y como siempre, pues eso, entre todo lo que sale, algunos triunfarán, pero otros pues pasarán sin pena ni gloria. Aún así, los juegos que yo me añado en lista y que consigo luego meter en deseados, pues quieras que no, tarde o temprano los intentaré jugar, pero es que no se puede, pues es que me paso uno y añado 7. O llego a uno como el Zelda, que es larguísimo, y entonces pues ahí nos tiramos un porrón de horas.
Bueno, pues nada, ya vamos hablando con la vieta.
Así que nada, perrísimo. Yo termino de ver aquí las tomas balsas.
Pues yo me voy. Date por beso.
Pues acuéstate, hijo, que yo pronto lo haré. Vete por el sol que ya no se ve. Ale, adiós, hijo.
Adiós, adiós.
Adiós, adiós. Se acabó. Adiós.